What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review of Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 25. So listen, let's go ahead and start off with Scott and Lindsay. Because, listen, Scott, run. Don't walk. Do not stop. Do not collect $200. Listen, run. Lindsay crazy as hell, okay? Lindsay is crazy. You were her plan. It didn't pan out because you lied to her about how much money you had. You lied to her about going to see the hookers. Man, I don't understand why she mad about him going to see the hookers when you was trying to move a whole girlfriend in the damn driveway, okay? But she has lost her mind. She put all his clothes outside and all this good stuff. And then her mama's just sitting there looking crazy. And her mama is like, yeah, I ain't never seen her like this. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. This shit didn't just start. See, you the kind of mama that when the school called you and told you that your child did X, Y, Z, you went up to the school and was like, that wouldn't be my child. My child would never do something like that. You the kind of parent that when somebody in the neighborhood told you that your daughter was cussing people out or bullying kids or throwing stuff in the street and moving cars or whatever, you were the one that cussed people out and said, not my daughter. Yes. So no, do I think that this shit just started, that Lindsay just got crazy? No, Lindsay been crazy a long time. You the same one that said that they kept her in jail too long because she learned her lesson and they should have let her go. No, that's not how this works. That is not how the criminal justice system works. You don't get to dictate when and how they listen. So anyway, her mama is sitting there the whole time Lindsay is going crazy and acting a fool. And she was like, well, why don't you just come and move back in with us? And you know what Lindsay said? After all of this stuff that's going on, he's such a liar, he's such this, he's such that, da-da-da-da this and da-da-da-da that. Your house is so small. I'm not giving this up. First of all, what you giving up? One, it ain't your house. You done already found the lease agreement, the rental agreement, so you know he don't even own the house. So what the hell are you giving up? Because he is renting. Why is he renting? Because he knew your ass was crazy. He knew you was crazy. Okay? So he renting that house that he told you he purchased. He ain't buy that damn house, okay? He renting that house. I just don't. So basically, we see Scott showing up. He pulls up, and she's in there. She's still in the house, acting crazy, throwing shit around, and being a damn asshole. And so we see Scott get out the truck. And I feel like that's the last time we saw that situation. I don't even know if we saw no more of them. I don't remember it. Let me just say that. I don't remember seeing no more of them. Quaylin and Chevelle. Let's go and talk about Quaylin and Chevelle, okay? Quaylin and Chevelle. Quaylin has decided that he is going to go meet Chevelle in some place that Chevelle is going somewhere because he got it in his head that she's going there with a man that she's dating. All the while, Chevelle is going there with her cousin, the same cousin that can't stand him, the same cousin that cornered him outside at the welcome home party and told him, don't break my cousin's heart. The same cousin that told her, I told you he wasn't shit, delete his number out your phone, okay? They are on their way to Bronson, whatever, somewhere up where they live, okay? Now, Quaylin, Mr. I don't even know how to drive, is driving a whole car and taking himself to the airport to get a whole plane ticket to fly to where she gonna be because he gonna get his family back, because he gonna get his woman back. Listen, I don't know what car he was driving. I don't know what money he used to get to this place, okay? I thought he was gonna drive all the way there, but he had a flight. Now, you're gonna fly to a place that ain't even really where she lived to go confront her because you think she would have never met. Child, I can't. Then we see Chevelle talking to her daughter. First of all, they are at a park coloring a bench. Who gave y'all permission to do that? Like, it doesn't matter that you making pretty pictures. That is destruction. Are y'all at a state park? That is destruction of state property, okay? You can't just be... Listen, it might be pretty graffiti, but it is graffiti nonetheless. What are you teaching your daughter? That it's okay that if it's a pretty picture, she can just write whatever the hell she want to write. If you don't go down to the dollar store and get her ass a sketch pad, you could do the same thing without marking up that damn bench. Moving on. So she is having this whole conversation with this 5-year-old, 4-year-old child about daddy. That's not her daddy. That's not her daddy. Quaylin is not her daddy. Asking her, do you miss daddy? And Da, 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 da. Why are you insistent on bringing a child into adult situations? Of course she's going to say yes. Of course she's going to say she misses daddy. What the hell else did you expect the little girl to say? So yes, I miss daddy. I want to see daddy. When is daddy coming home? And then she proceeds to have this whole adult conversation with this child talking about, well, I don't know if things are going to work out between me and daddy. What the fuck? But just know that we love you. Then Quaven on the phone with his sisters, and his sisters are like, why are you chasing after Chevelle? I don't understand why you going up there to see Chevelle. And so he gets all mad, and he's talking about something, well, either you with me or you not. Either you for me or you not. That's my baby. I love her. I'm going to go get my family back. Child, I can't. I can't with these people. Moving on, because I'm not doing this. Okay. Then we have Puppy and what's my girl's name? What is it? Puppy. You know, before we get to Puppy, let's go on and knock out Andre and Lamar. So remember a couple of episodes back, she confronted Lamar about the whole situation with Lamar lying, getting the little girl to lie about going to go see his daughter. This is a perfect example of you can be right, but the way you handle a situation makes you wrong. Andrea showing up over to the cousin house, trying to create a physical altercation, trying to create a scene, turn this whole situation from right to wrong. Andrea, this is probably the one time that I had your back, because you were absolutely correct. You were right in being angry, and you were right in your assessment. He is teaching your child how to be deceptive. He is teaching your child that it's okay to lie for the right reasons, okay? And it's okay to lie to your parent for the right reasons. That is not okay. Now, normally, I don't really be with you, Andrea, because you really be sometimes on some bullshit. But on this one, I was with you 100%. The problem is, you then showed up, and you tried to physically attack this man. I've said it before. I said it last season, and I'm going to continue to say it. I'm not going to be here for the double standard. Had that been him running up on her, regardless of how wrong she was, production would have shut it down. Security would have intervened. There would have been some charges. Somebody would have called the police. It would have been a whole nother situation. But because it's a woman coming for a man, y'all let the shit play out, and it's cute. So now Lamar is pissed off about what she did, and he's so stuck in his anger and with his attitude that he won't admit that she actually is right and that he actually was wrong, because he was wrong, period. Child, the kids are like, this is ridiculous. They just need to learn how to communicate. They could eliminate so many of these arguments if they would learn how to talk to each other. Andrea talking about you can get out. She taking down family photos. She cussing him out when he was doing his confessional. She heard him in the confessional, so she comes outside talking about, why you always talking about me? Why you always making me to be the bad guy? Why you always making me to be the bad guy? Why you always talking about me? Girl, he doing his whole confessional. You talk about his ass too. Go sit down somewhere. And the kids coming out there talking about some mom just going to the house. Mom just going to the house. It was a lot. But Lamar, at the end of the day, you started it. You were wrong. And you should have just said, I was wrong for what I did. Maybe I handled it incorrectly. But this is exactly why I handled it the way that I handled it. Because you be tripping. You'll be tripping. Anyway. Andrea and Lamar, child. So, let's go and get to Puppy. Puppy and, first of all, ReallyTV, let me say this to y'all, okay? Y'all were all kinds of wrong in this scene, in the kitchen, with Puppy, her mama, and the other girl, what's her face? I know y'all saw that roach. Just like I saw the roach, I know y'all saw the roach, because I did a whole rewind, pause, play. Well, pause, rewind, play, whatever. I know y'all saw that roach crawling down that lady's wall. Y'all could have reshot the damn scene. You make up the damn listen, we know half this shit is planned anyway. Y'all could have yelled, cut, killed the roach, and then went back to what y'all was doing. And I know it was a roach, okay? It was a roach, because it won't fly in. It wasn't no fly. Okay? But anyway. So the mama is having a conversation with Puppy and old girl. And basically the mama is like, listen, I'm not here for the hanky panky. Like, I don't want nothing going down in my house. I don't want no hanky or the panky, you know. And here's what I can respect about Mama. Mama was like, listen, if this was a boy girl situation, I wouldn't be here for it either. So just because it's two women, don't make it cool. I don't want y'all getting it in my house, okay? We're not doing that at the casa. Now, I also think her mama is being so strict because Mama knows some things. Because remember, Amber been living there. Amber has been living at the house. And so Mama knows some things about what Amber got going on. And I think she doesn't want to see her daughter get hurt because she even alluded to the fact that she thinks that her daughter is maybe a little bit more into Amber than Amber is into her. And Amber is even like, listen, I am attracted to Puppy. I love Puppy. But at the end of the day, you know, when we were inside, things were one way. But now that we're out, it's a whole different conversation. And poor Puppy is like, I don't know what's going on. I really thought that when I got out of jail, it was going to be me and her against the world. I'm just not understanding what went wrong. What went wrong in my scenario? She said it ain't what she thought it was when she got out of jail. This ain't what she thought it was going to be. Also, she's still holding on to this damn $500 from this guy. Listen, little girl. That man didn't adopt you. That man didn't adopt you. And y'all was gonna split $500 three ways. Like, you really this upset and pressed over the. I mean, I guess when you don't have nothing, it's better than nothing. But if y'all don't stop trying to fraud the damn government on national TV, what is wrong with y'all? Anyway, Amber got a whole man in jail, y'all. At least that's the impression they trying to give us, okay? Amber got a whole man in jail that she, and see, that's what Mama know. Mama know Amber got herself a boo thing. And that's why Mama don't want to see Puppy get caught up. Mama also said, listen, what you're not going to be doing is running the streets. Because the last time you got out of jail, you was only out of jail for 2 weeks. And then you got caught selling to an undercover narcotics agent. And your ass went right back. You got 2 strikes. You get your 3rd strike. I ain't seeing you but through some plexiglass until I die. So what you going to do is get it together. You're not going to be hanging out in them streets. You're not going to start, dealing again and getting into the bullshit. I'm going to need you to stay here and I'm going to need you to stay on task. Okay? That is what I need you to do. Thank you and very much. Brittany and Marcelino. Brittany is worried that she was too harsh on her mom and now her mom is off the grid. Listen, Brittany. The therapist told you last week what you need to do. You either need to A, set parameters and love your mom within those parameters, or B, you're going to have to cut your mom off. Because the alternative that you want isn't happening. You cannot make somebody get clean. You cannot make somebody... Listen, this is going to be harsh. Okay? Your mom is a drug addict. She's a liar. She's a thief. She doesn't have the same moral compass that someone who's not on drugs has. Okay? So what you can't do is hold her to that standard. Your mama told you the day before that she loves you, but she really ain't ready to change what she's doing. She thinks she has it under control. She has to hit her own rock bottom. And you know this, Brittany, but I understand that you are not thinking with your head. You are thinking with your heart. And you love your mom, and I get it. Been there, done that. Not with my mama, but with a family member. Been there and done that. I get it, boo. But you know how this ends. And Marcelino, because he went through it with his mom, his thing is, I don't want this touching my kids. Like, I know that that's your mama. I get it. But this can't touch my kids. Period. Period. This can't touch my kids. So they end up going to the motel because she ain't answering her phone. Brittany don't know where her mama is. They end up going down to the hotel. And Marcelino bribes his way into the hotel. Child, you know it's one of them no-tell motels. He slides the lady a 20. The lady gives him the key to the room and says, listen, y'all got 15 minutes to see if she in there and see what it is. Now, here's the thing. They took the dog with them. Like, what was the dog gonna do? Was the dog like y'all's protection, or was the dog like, a cadaver dog. Like, I'm not even being funny. I'm really trying to figure out what the purpose of taking the dog. I mean, is that your emotional support dog? And I'm not being funny. I'm really not. Because they got this big ass dog with them and they going into the hotel with the dog. And I'm like, what is the purpose of the dog? But maybe it is Brittany's emotional support dog. Okay. And I'm not even saying that to be funny, and I ain't making fun of it. All right. Listen, last but not least, I saved these two fools for the end. Sarah, I don't. Sarah and Michael. I don't even know what else to say about these two. So Michael comes over after the boyfriend leaves, and he was like, do you love him? She was like, yeah. He was like, do you see a future with him? She was like, yeah. So they get to talking, and then he calls himself opening up. I call it manipulation. She ate it up like she was eating a bowl of ice cream. He started talking about how Maria was crazy and he had to get out of Florida, and how she kept putting his freedom in jeopardy because every time they would get into an argument, she would call the police, and he knew that she was trying to get him locked up and that she didn't care about him, and she didn't have any she didn't care about his future and whether he was and she was like, anyway, that Maria was crazy. And Sarah was like, well, I knew she was tripping. She came for me for no reason. Like, I knew she was crazy. And so now Sarah's like, he just opened up to me. And, at the end of the day, no matter what me and Michael go through, I would never want to see him in jail. I would never do anything to call the police on him. And, then she says to him, well, how long you going to be here? He was like, a couple of weeks. And she was like, well, you don't have to stay at a hotel. You can stay with me and the kids. Didn't your boyfriend just leave telling you that he wasn't comfortable with what he saw between you and Michael? You think he gonna be cool with Michael living there for 2 weeks? Girl, bye. He watched the show. He know every time y'all get together, y'all have sex. He know. Michael gonna say, you gonna tell your boyfriend? Or did you tell your boyfriend? She was like, not yet, but I will. Michael knew then. Got him. Got him. So then she ends up taking the kids to the hotel room to see Michael, to spend some time with him. And they start getting into this conversation about him being there for his kids. Michael is delusional. He is a narcissistic, delusional asshole. He really, truly thinks that he's been a good father to his kids. He really, truly thinks that he has been there for his children. Like, he really, truly thinks that is legit. Michael, if you don't go sit your delusional ass down somewhere. So of course Sarah was like, listen, I'm here with you. I got your back. I done told you can move into the house. All of that. But please don't sit here in my face and pretend like you ain't a deadbeat dad. Like, don't do that, Michael. Don't insult my intelligence, your intelligence, everybody who watched this damn show intelligence. Everybody know you are a deadbeat dad. And so they proceed to get into a whole argument in front of both of the kids, cussing each other out, yelling at each other. She leaves the baby with Michael and storms off with the older daughter. Sarah. She talking about something. Well, I knew there was a good reason why he missed court. No, he got drunk and had sex all night. That's why he missed court. It wasn't because he was emotionally distraught over Maria. It was because he called up one of his, chicks on the side, had her meet him down to the restaurant, had a drink, went past the liquor store. She probably paid for the beer and the liquor, bought a pack of Magnums, and proceeded to have himself a good ass time. That's why he didn't come to court. It didn't have shit to do with him being upset about Maria. If you don't go sit down somewhere and get yourself some self-esteem. I just can't. Moving on. That's it. That's all. I'll see y'all next week.